there's this thing we need to know, we need to understand, and we need to apply in our lives and our children so as to make better mothers and groom better children. This is understanding your teenager. Getting to know the problems of your teenage child. Getting to understand the peculiarities of their age. Getting to know the challenges that they are facing in life so as to help them where necessary, and then to mold their characters and make them positive, character-wise adults here, so as to bring them up having positive characters and making them mature adults. You see, most of the time, our parents will keep complaining. Our mothers in particular, they will keep complaining. This girl, since she entered into teenage, it doesn't hear word again. It's so stubborn, is this, is that, it's rebellious, and things like that. But for one day, we never took this time to look into the life of that growing child. Of course, you know that teenage, or what we call adolescence, is that critical period of biological and psychological changes that demands total commitment of the parents, of the guardian, or whoever that is around, in order to help mold that character into mature adults. You find out that teenage is full of stress for the teenager. It's full of turmoil for this teenager. It's characterized by what we call craze of adolescence. And you find out that these teenagers on their own, they don't really understand what is happening. They can't really explain what they are going through. And the parents also don't have anything to add in order to make them feel relaxed and grow and make better adults. You see, when a child is leaving the childhood age, there are lots of developmental processes going on in that life. First of all, biologically, the child is growing out of childhood to a young adult. And this places demands on them because people see them no longer as they used to see them. They are seeing them as adults. But still, they cannot behave like adults indeed. And this places them under challenge, both from the people and their problems. And you find out also that these children, as they are growing, psychologically there are changes in them. The way they feel and the way people feel towards them change. And you find out that this brings challenges also to them. Intellectually, they are changing. It's no longer the way they used to think when they were children. They are maturing, but not yet matured enough to take care of themselves, intellectually, cognitively, and it poses a lot of challenges on them. You see, parents on their own don't understand this, but it is necessary that we know it so that we will know how to take care of these children. Take for instance, when a child is, as a toddler, when the child needs the attention of the mother or anybody around, he cries. And immediately the mother or whoever that is around hears the cry of the baby, he will rush and give attention to him or her and then settle the matter. And you see, when this child leaves this childhood stage, moving into adolescence, that is, the onset is the puberty. The puberty coming in brings these changes in the life of that child that he doesn't understand. And we call it a disorganization in the system, disorganization in this life. Take for instance, this child may not quite rightly pick, actions to take. If in the case of any problem, if he chooses to cry, the parent will scold her. Oh yeah, keep quiet. What is this one? Can't you talk? Can't you say? And And this child also cannot even express herself or himself rightly as an adult. You find out that this disorganization continues in the life of that child, picking his ways, picking the characters to display, picking the actions to take. This thing continues because of this developmental stage, these processes in that life. It keeps on till about 3 years to 7 years of life before it starts to stabilize. And this calls for the knowledge, understanding of the mother and the parents or whoever is with that child. You need to know this. You need to know that that child is not just being stubborn. You need to know that that child is not just, making it hard for you, but because he has not grown to take care of those activities that he found himself into. And you see, biologically, a child can grow from childhood into adulthood physically by age, but you find out that intellectually it doesn't come as fast as that. Emotionally it doesn't come as fast as that, and every other aspect of growth. And that is why it is very necessary for mothers especially to know the stage the child is into, and then to help that child grow and behave like as it is. You see, growth in this aspect, depends on 3 factors. 1, nature. Nature plays its role to make that child grow as fast as the age is growing in some people, but it's not the same in other people's lives, depending on the character, the genes of the parents that the child inherited. Again, what contributes to this also is nurture. The environment plays its role. The environment can affect that child. The environment can make him or her to grow fast, and equally depending on where that child is. Some environments can hamper the growth. And thirdly, birth order. There is what we call birth order, the position of that child in the family, whether the first child, second, or the last. In most cases, you find out that the last children, their growth is not as fast as the others. Yes, because others are there before him or her, and you find out that certain things he will do, he doesn't find space to do them because those other ones are there, and it hampers, it hinders the growth, it affects the growth. Unlike the first child, everything you call him, you call her, or you do this, or you do that, he's doing them. You find out that he grows faster, and then just like that. These are the knowledge that we need to have as mothers, as parents, and people that are there with any child growing, so that you help him or her in those critical periods. You help him or her in those challenges that he is passing through, so as to make better adults in future. Thank you.